Hi, anybody. I got a little bit of a Toronto Maple Leafs season summary here for you, just for the end of the season, beginning of the playoffs. And I'll just quickly apologize. I know these long form videos are unedited on my channel. I am not very comfortable with editing, and that is a goal of mine for the off season. I want to get comfortable editing so I can provide you with better content here. So please be patient with me. This one is just going to be, a one taker, just my thoughts. But here we go. Let's get into it. The Toronto Maple Leafs, over an 82 game season, they got 50 wins, 21 losses, 11 overtime losses for 111 points. That is a season to be proud of. Only like 3 or 4 teams in the entire NHL had better records than them, so that's something to be proud of. The roster, let's run it down real quick. That first line, probably Bunting, Matthews, Marner. Matthews gets his 40 goal mark. Didn't hit 60, no, but he's got the better defensive play throughout the year, so I'm okay with that. Marner just shy of the 99 point range, just shy of the 100 point range, gets 99 points. And he'll get that next year, I'm sure. I'm not worried. Get your 100th point in game 1 here against Tampa. Michael Bunting, just keep your mouth shut and try not to call the penalties. Let the refs do that, and we'll be great. Second line. This is where things start to kind of unravel. I'm not sure what Keefe is going to do here, if he's going to have O'Reilly in that second line or that third line position, but we'll probably have something along the lines of, Tavares, Nylander, maybe Yarncroc. I'm not sure. Maybe Nyes even up there. I don't even know if Nyes will start, but we'll see. Tavares had a good season, kind of slowed down at the end, but he just needs to stand in front of the net and bang in some garbage goals. William Nylander hits the 40 goal mark for the first time. And William, can you please play every single playoff game like you're chasing the 40 goal mark? Because he was on fire in that game against the New York Rangers. Wow, he was being selfish. I don't even care. He got the 40 goal mark, but he was playing so well, so fast. Nobody could seem to contain him, so he needs to keep up that energy throughout the entire playoffs here. Third line, I would like to see like a O'Reilly, Achari, Lafferty third line or something like that. That would be pretty annoying to play against. And the fourth line, if we can get, David Kampf, probably Wayne Simmons, maybe Kerfoot in that first game to get some grit in there, that'd be nice to see. David Kampf has been having a really good season. Kerfoot finally started to score a few goals. I don't see him getting many in the playoffs, and then Simmons will come in and just punch some faces. The defense, let's see. Riley and Shen maybe to start on that top pair. Shen can just truck guys out of the way in front of the net while Riley does his own thing. I don't foresee him scoring too much. Maybe he gets that next level in the playoffs here and is able to put some pucks in the net. That'd be nice. Then I guess we have Brody and McCabe for a second pairing, and I like that pairing. McCabe, I think, is going to elevate his game. I think he's been waiting to get into the playoffs so that he can show people what he's all about, and that would then leave Giordano and most likely Hall or Liljegren. Probably Hall, because Sheldon Keefe seems to write him a love letter every year. Hall's probably not going to be doing much. He's playing steady. He hasn't been making as many mistakes, but he's not really making any good plays that are creating offense. And then Gio, he's just going to be the shield, the shot blocker. He's going to block everything. Overall, this roster has been really good. The goaltending situation is a little scary. I think Matt Murray's going to be watching all of the games from the press box or maybe from home. They might not even let him in the press box. Who knows? He's not going to be here next year, will he? Samsonov, he's been resting for the past couple games, but he is going to be dialed and focused. I think he's going to play really well, and I think he's actually going to challenge Vasilevsky in this series. And then we got Joseph Woll. He's been looking really, really solid. He looks like a brick wall out there, literally, when he's out there. And I just think he's going to play really solid. He's not going to even play. Unless Samsonov gets hurt or has a super bad game, he's not even getting in the crease. But he'll be there as a backup that we can actually rely on if we need to. And you know what? If you want to sign an ATO with the Leafs, if you got a pair of pads, a blocker, a trapper, and a mask, you might have been able to play in one of those last couple games in the season here. But overall, the roster looking really good. We need to do this Red Rover style, though. Link your arms together, play for each other, don't let anything through, and just be a pest for the other team. I think they can do it. This round 1 playoff versus the Tampa Bay Lightning is going to be a scrum. It's going to be scrums after every whistle. Tampa's going to try and drag them into the mud, and the Leafs cannot fall for that. They need to be able to let the Tampa Bay Lightning take their penalties, because I think the refs are going to call this one fairly tightly, but they can't start to retaliate and make dumb penalties after the fact. They got to get on the power play, and they got to score some big power play goals. Hopefully they can do that. Vasilevsky gets that look in his eye, but he's starting to look a little more human now, so I think the Leafs can crack him. And the Tampa Bay Lightning in general, they're just looking more tired than they were last year. They don't seem to be that quite the same team as they were. They've played a lot of hockey in the last 4 to 5 years. Hopefully they're just gassed and, cannot keep up with the Leafs in this series. I think the Leafs are going to take this one in 6 games. In the offseason, if the Leafs do get booted out of the first round, what do you do with Kyle Dubas? Do you send him off packing and let another team scoop him up and, make some playoff runs? Or do you realize that he's a young GM that has a lot of knowledge and he's very forward thinking? So it's one of those things where it's like in the same sentence you can say to fire him, but also if he's gone, we're going to miss him. So it's hard to say what's going to actually happen here. It's all going to depend on the first round here. If they get out of the first round, he's signed for another infinite amount of years. If they get kicked out of the first round, I do believe he won't be re-signed here and he will be let go. And I think Sheldon Keefe will follow. Either way, if he gets let go, Kyle Dubas that is, if he gets let go, Keefe will be let go with him. If Dubas sticks around, Keefe will stick around with him as well. Other than that, we just got to wait and see what goes on here. Aren't you excited for the playoffs? I am so pumped for Tuesday to watch Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs with the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning. This is going to be so exciting. My blood is like rushing through. If we make it past the first round, I don't even know what is going to happen. The streets of Toronto will be a mayhem. This is going to be crazy. I'm so excited. Hopefully the Leafs take this in 6. Hopefully they sweep the Lightning, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think they'll take it in 6 games. Thank you for watching. Sorry this was unedited. Hope you still enjoyed it. Have fun watching the playoffs, everybody. Go Leafs, go! Woo!